If you want to go to Paris, it would be much better to come to the place where I am right now, Paris, Las Vegas, because if you go to Paris, you will have other kind of landscapes. You will have riots, many Muslims, and cars that are burnt in the streets. And I'm not sure that it's what you're looking for when you want to travel and to spend a good time. And I must say that if France is like that, it's because we have had a lot of Muslims coming in the country and in the city, and because we have bad governments, and the present government is as bad as the former government, because France is a deeply socialist country. And if you want to see the results of socialism, you can go to France and you will see that it's a disaster. It creates poverty, it creates unhappiness. If you take the subway, you will have the impression that all the people you meet have a nervous breakdown, and you will understand why you have right now the Yellow Vest movement. The Yellow Vest movement has been created by disgust, poverty, insecurity, and it's the result of the bad policy we have had for so long.
The EU were making fun of President Trump because he wouldn't join the Paris Climate Treaty. What's the situation like for these socialistic European countries?
I could say that without the Paris agreements concerning the supposed climate change, the United States pollute much less than France right now. Because if you go to a city like Paris, you will see that you have many problems of traffic that have been created by the government. Streets have been destroyed, avenues look like narrow streets or like dead-end streets in the name of the climate. But in fact, it doesn't help. It creates more pollution because cars are bumper to bumper in every street. So it's really a disaster. If you want to fight for a good climate, and if you think that climate change exists, I don't think that it exists, but anyway, if you think it exists, it's much better to rely on capitalism than to rely on socialism.
What lessons are there for North Americans who are seeing what's happening? France is on fire, the streets are on fire. What are the policies that you see being duplicated here? The popularity of socialist ideas?
I think that the Americans who believe in socialism have an idea of what is socialism, but don't see what socialism do in reality. If you want to see what socialism do in reality, you don't have to go to Venezuela. Venezuela has been completely destroyed by socialism. You can go to Europe. Everywhere in Europe you will see poverty, you will have low salaries, you will have insecurity, you will have very high taxes that you pay for nothing because the government don't do what it's supposed to do to take care of the people, and it's all that is the result of socialism. So I think that many Americans have been brainwashed by people who say socialism is good, but they would have to see the reality. And if they go to Europe, it would have to see what is the result of socialism.
What will people see on the streets? Tourists who go to the streets of Paris, what will they see now?
If they go to the streets of Paris another day than a Saturday, they will see dirt everywhere. Streets are very unclean. They will see cars bumper to bumper. They will see a lot of pollution because cars bumper to bumper creates a lot of pollution. And if they come to Paris on a Saturday, they will see riots. They will see destruction of shops. They will see cars burning. They will see the police hitting very badly poor people who just want to be treated in a more fair way, and it's not the case. And I must add that the police treats very badly the Yellow Vest, but treats much better the people coming from the suburbs to rampage and to destroy the shops, because the police is scared by the Muslims coming from the suburbs. They are scared to have much worse riots, and so they do nothing against these people. They prefer to act against people who would leave poverty and who think that the government treats them unfairly.